Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Thunderbird Radio, the best place to get announcements for all things UMA. If you have any important announcements, you can send them to announcements at utahmilitaryacademy.org. The email will be in the description below. It's the start of a very exciting week this week. It seems that there is a lot going on within the school, and exciting things are happening on Friday as well, which we will discuss shortly. Kicking us off, like all weeks, is duty flight. This week it is Juliet flight, which is one of the flights that I used to lead, being a flight commander. I'm expecting you to all be there and clean. Also, as always, if you don't think you can make it back when you go off campus, then please don't go off campus for lunch. It's pertinent that you make it back to school on time. I heard something about you not being allowed to go off campus if you are late coming back to school, so just try to be back to school on time. Now it's time for my uniform tip of the week, as they didn't provide me one in the announcements again. For those of you that don't know, you still have to make sure that your laces are tucked in on your blues shoes. We don't want to see those. It's not just an ABU-OCP thing. In the mornings, just make sure that they're tucked in so we can't see them, or anybody can see them for that matter. If you can see them, we can see it, and it's wrong. I did promise to return to what was happening on Friday, earlier here, and I'm going to discuss that now. This Friday, being the 25th of October, we as a student body are allowed to wear costumes. Here's just a couple of things to note for your costumes. No costume is allowed to have a mask. If it requires a mask, then choose a different costume. They must also follow all school standards. For example, they must cover from your knees to your shoulders. No weapons, like normal, that one should be obvious. If you have any other questions on what may or may not be allowed, you can go ask Chief. Just don't ask her something obvious, please. It's getting colder now, so for your ABU-OCP uniforms, it might be a good idea to pick up a green fleece from Logistics. Stop by during normal operating hours to check a fleece out. They also have Gore-Tex jackets if you want one of those instead. The jackets belong to the school, however, so you will have to turn them back in the spring. Just a little forewarning there. They should announce when they want them back, though. This week we have something new for uniforms, which is on Tuesday during team time. The school has a fully licensed barber offering free haircuts. Perfect way to not keep getting infractions. It's up on the drill pad and it's first come first serve. It was starting today, but it's obviously a bit late for that. So you do need a permission slip as well. You can pick one of those up from Mr. Wendell. I don't know where his office is moved to. I think it's in the teen center. If you haven't already done that, make sure to do it as soon as possible if you want to get your haircuts. Moving on to stuff for seniors, juniors, and sophomores, it might be a good idea to pay attention this week, which is strange saying sophomores in the senior section. For those of you planning on college, start looking at scholarships as well as college registration. I've been doing it for quite some time now, personally, and I think I even started too late, so we really need to get on that. For scholarship opportunities, you can go to the counselor site. Supposedly you can find it from the UMA webpage, but I haven't been able to find it since they changed the website layout. As for ROTC scholarships and the service academies, you need to do those pronto. If you need any help with any of this, you can talk to Major Workman or Mrs. Horning. There's also credit recovery, which is always important for those that need to get their credits. If you have a packet, you need to start working on them immediately. These packets can be purchased for $35 in the office. Here's what you juniors and sophomores really need to pay attention to. The ASVAB is going to be held on Friday this week, the 25th of October. The starting time is 08:15. All sophomores and juniors are expected to take this test. If you are a senior, you may take this test if you wish. I don't know if there's a sign-up or not. It has been announced a lot, but it's going to be taken online. So you need to make sure that you bring your Chromebook fully charged. Plug it in the night before if you have to. Another test that is going to be taken online is going to be the PSAT. I missed this before. You should bring some paper and a writing utensil for the ASVAB. Try to bring a pencil, don't bring a pen. That should be obvious. Okay, sophomores and juniors, the PSAT is going to be given on the 23rd of October, tomorrow, in room 208. If you signed up for the test, that is where you need to go. As I said before, it's also digital, so plug your Chromebooks in the night before as well. Plug them in tonight. Now for something exclusively for the seniors, Jostens is going to be on the school on Thursday, 2 days from now, the 24th of October. They are there to provide information so seniors can order caps and gowns as well as other items for graduation. Following formation, all seniors should meet in the cafeteria. The school has some spirit things going on, which should be exciting to see unfold. First, we have the Halloween art contest. It is Give Mr. Gabriel a Costume. You may pick up forms in the front office. All submissions must be turned in by the end of this week. And just for your information, yes, I understand what has occurred. I'm choosing not to comment on it, as this podcast is just about announcements, not drama or really anything else. As Veterans Day is coming up, Major Curtis is making his yearly video for the Wall of Fame. If you have a family member that has served this country, send the photo to Major Curtis as well as some significant details and relationship information. Some details that you can send include war deployments and awards. If you can think of anything else, send it to Major as well. You can send them to majorcurtis.com/veterans. It will be linked in the description below. Sports. It's time for sports. First up this week is an ever constant NFHS Network. There you can watch home games that are taking place in the gym. If another school also has a system, you can watch the games that are happening there. All the better to watch how good our sports teams are doing, or how bad. Doesn't really matter. I do think that you need a subscription. I think I heard that it was $35. I'll try checking that in the future. Keep that in mind. You can check for yourself, however, at the nfhsnetwork.com. It should be linked in the description, but if the link doesn't work, you can always copy and paste it. As the fall season ends, the winter season is taking over. In order to participate, you must be academically eligible from the first term. And for more traditional sports, you need to sign up on registermyathlete.com. You will need a physical that is no older than a year. Don't put this off. Make sure you sign up now and get a physical already. Fortunately, this week there aren't that many miscellaneous announcements. Kicking it off for the miscellaneous announcements this week is the annual food drive, which has already started. The food drive is a flight competition, and the top 3 flights will be awarded some points, just like what happens in trivia. However, the top flight will be awarded donuts during flight time. Which flight time, I can't tell you, because I don't know. For information on what you can bring in, you can check out the posters in the hallway. Report any items to your flight commander and advisor. The drive ends on November 1st, so get any items in as soon as you can. Moving on to the hangar, which is pretty close to where the barrels are for the food drive. The hangar is no longer a place for lunch. All food, whether from on or off campus, must be eaten in the cafeteria. Like the last couple of weeks, I'm going to be announcing the F-35 CIA trip. For those of you unaware, CIA stands for Curriculum in Action, not Central Intelligence Agency. In order to sign up, go see Lieutenant Colonel Tischer for the sign-up form. The Google Doc doesn't actually work. Those of you that were there for some previous announcements probably know that firsthand. It's going to take place on November 1st, and you are leaving the school at 0800 and returning at roughly 12:30. All cadets of JROTC are able to attend, which means the 8th through 12th grades. The uniform is going to be the service blues, and if you're if you are 16 or older, you will need to have a state-issued military-dependent ID. Lastly, there's a cadet website which is filled with numerous different articles. That will also be linked in the description below. We've got the sports that are actually happening this week, which is girls' high school volleyball should have their playoffs today. I had no idea where it is, so I couldn't even tell you where to watch it. Cross Country High School has a game at Spanish Fork on Wednesday, October 23rd. Football has their playoffs next week. Again, I don't know where they are. One thing that they neglected to say was Cyber Patriots as their first round of competition for high school is Friday. Wish all these teams luck. And reminder, if you have a uniform for these sports or another fall sport, make sure you get it cleaned and turned in. You don't want to be paying a fee for lost or other uniform things. Doesn't look like we have any other team times for this week, but I will say, due to some recent events, there probably won't be Japanese Club. That should be all I have for you this week. Make sure to stay tuned for announcements next week, and I'll talk to you then. Have a good day.